on commentary. What?
Yeah. Hey, what's going on, y'all? Welcome. We are finally here to the semis and the finals of the Mox Masters Invitational. How do you feel,
Yes,
Mike? I'm feeling great.
I'm feeling good. This is it's about to be a big day.
Yeah.
With some incredible players at the top of their game here, battling it out for a large cash prize, a trophy, and some serious clout.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a big day coming up. We've got our
100%.
semis, and afterwards, finals is going to be a best of 2 wins.
Yeah, this is new. So this is something that really hasn't been implemented before, as far as I know from the tournament scene.
It's not.
Yeah, so whoever's in the finals is going to have to win 2 pods in order to take home the first prize. And I think that's pretty big, right? Because obviously, usually you just kind of, whatever happens, first roll, whatever, you have an advantage in that final pod. But now you have to actually go through multiple times and prove yourself twice. And that can be tricky, especially with certain decks that want to be in first seat, you know?
Yeah, we're going to see some interesting dynamics.
Yeah.
Things like, maybe you don't want that player to get their second win.
Yeah.
You know? So it's definitely going to be a battle.
Yeah. The politics side of it is definitely going to be pretty interesting, to say the least.
So we're going to hop over to our gameplay here, and we should be getting started here very shortly.
Players mulliganing.
There you go.
So when you're ready, just let me know, and I'll let them know.
Yeah, I think we're good to go,
We're
actually.
good to go whenever they're ready. Yep.
All right. Awesome. So, as far as the players here, man, these guys have hard fought their way here. We have Zane here on Rockside. Zane is the Rockside superstar. He has absolutely been crushing this tournament. He's only dropped 1 match.
One match in the Swiss, yeah.
In Swiss. Yeah, that's insane. He did say that he was going to take it all very early on, and I think he's making really good on that promise so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we have Andy on Atraxa.
Yep.
Atraxa, really great food chain list. 4 colors. 4 of the best colors, I would say. And the only thing you're missing is Dockside.
4 of the worst colors, maybe.
Sure. That's a way to look at it. Yeah. But, yeah. He has been already on stream for us anyways. And that list has seemed to be really promising, I would say. Yeah.
We've seen a ton of Atraxa this weekend.
Yeah.
Not a deck I would have picked as a big deck this weekend, but we've seen it a ton doing well here. Unsure of the exact number in the top 16, but clearly at least one.
Yeah.
And our other 2 players here, we've got Richie. We've got a good friend of mine, goes by Big Richie, playing some Spice. Karark Silas.
Oh, yeah.
This is it's a little bit of a mix of, you've got your Grixis core, and you've got some things like Harmonic Prodigy and Tavern Scoundrel to really abuse Kark's abilities.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can just cast 1 spell and win the game.
Yeah.
Beseech the Mirror, you copy it, you're probably winning the game.
Double Tainted Pact, grab your Thassa's Oracle on the first one, find a way to, it's really, really interesting. It's a list that I've been looking at as well. I know a lot of players are looking for that Grixis Shell. Kark is a very fun way to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then our 4th player, Hal, James here on a Blue Farm. He was a little waffly on his choices for the weekend. Had brought 3 full decks with him and settled on Tim McCrom and has been having a lot of success. We saw him here yesterday in our, I believe it was the 4th round or 5th round, ending the game on the last turn of the game with combat damage from Crom.
Yeah,
combat damage from Crom here on the last turn to win the game.
Oh man.
He his winning in that last game there. Yep. Put him in 16th place. So gonna be 4th seed in our game. Zane with his single loss yesterday puts him in 1st seed. We're currently resolving mulligans.
Yeah. Rockside in 1st seat. That's always really good.
Yeah, very, very scary. Resolving some mulligans. It looks like Atraxa keeping 7 and Blue Farm keeping 7. Karark Silas unsure, and we're just waiting to resolve our last mulligans here.
Yeah. There's gonna be. I expect to see a lot of interaction here. We've got a lot of decks here that tend to do a lot of being able to fight on the stack, being able to fight around their opponents, being able to win under their opponents. I think the only deck that's not necessarily built for that is Atraxa. And even then, Atraxa has its own interaction suite that it's used to. So I'm expecting to see a lot of back and forth if we don't get a full blowout from Roxai at C1.
Yeah. This one, I don't know. I mean, Roxai, we'll see how Zane feels about his odds here on the play. Do you think maybe we see like a quick tries to go for something early?
Right.
I don't know. A lot of respect here between these players. They all know each other. They all know each other's play style.
Yeah.
So I'd be surprised to see an early attempt here. I would expect some Mystics, some Mystics, and huge stacks. I think there's going to be huge stacks in this game.
Yeah, I expect to see a lot of spells being cast on top of each other. Yep. No, man. It's going to be very interesting here. Kark Silas, I think, is the one that's super interesting to me. I've been talking to Ken Bauman about it, and I know he's been testing a lot of Kark Silas lately. And yeah, I think the Grixis shell is a very fun way to do Kark. Like I said, double 10 impact, get what you want on the first one, and then, find a way to Born Upon a Win and go on top and win right off the bat. It's really fun.
Yeah. Kark creates some very interesting situations and just things that you don't normally see in CDH. It creates things that kind of go over the top where, like, you can win a counter war, but can you win a counter war in which Fierce Guardianship is cast twice, copied?
Right.
It makes things a lot more difficult, and a lot of decks aren't prepared for decks going over the top like that. Like you can counter my Mnemonic Betrayal, but can you counter the second one?
Right.
Maybe not.
Yeah, and especially when a Kark deck gets its board full out, you've got Storm Killing Artists on the board, Tavern Scoundrel, things like that are just giving you more and more Burgy, that are giving you more and more mana, more and more things to do, more and more flips. The Kark's Thumb, Sakashima, like it's all on the board. Oh, it gets really disgusting.
Oh yeah.
Plenty of games where I've just been sitting and watching flips. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, and Richie earned his way to our Invitational through winning. It was January, February, somewhere earlier in the year in Mox Masters, playing a very unique list of Kark Sakashima. Very popular deck. Not so popular recently. I haven't been seeing a ton of it recently, but.
Yeah.
But yeah, his list a lot more maybe. I'm not sure how exactly you would describe it. Maybe less of like the spice and the crazy cards, and a lot more of just like I'm looking to win the game now. Effects. So he's a big Kark fan. So been playing different versions of Kark for a while, and this is his go-to. I mean, honestly, Richie just. He's had an awesome weekend. We are all ready to go. Looks like we have resolved our mulligans. Players saying good luck here, some fist bumps, and I think we are just about to get started here.
Awesome. Yeah. Get our judge to go there and get this game underway. I'm super excited.
Yep, we have no pre-games here. Starting off with a City of Brass. Rograk.
Yep.
We're going to go ahead and take a damage here. And put an Imp Seal on the stack.
There you go. Well,
okay. What do we think this is?
Imp Seal, let's see. Turn 1, Roxai. Gotta be some kind of ritual, right? If you need it, or...
Oh, no. Instantly, we're stopping at the mana crypt.
Really?
Yeah.
You think so?
Oh, I just watched him do it.
Oh. You saw it. I was over here turning to you. I didn't even look. That's funny.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If this isn't a turn 2 heuristic, this is a crypt. We're looking for either mana. And Traxa here with a very explosive start. Mana crypt into Grim Monolith into more.
One ring.
The one ring on turn 1. You know.
Jeez.
This is an incredible start. You can't stop this. Here. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Blue Farm player with a Force of Negation.
Yeah, go ahead and get that away. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, will the Force of Negation here resolve? Pitching a Snap. Snap could be relevant in this matchup. We're giving up a little bit here because Kark could end up being an issue. Being able to bounce it would be...
get rid of that before it gets out of hand. Yeah.
Yeah, and if if this Force Negation resolves, exiling this One Ring, this, that really is going to slow down our Atraxa player. They've still got some mana development, but,
Tap Grim Monolith.
things like this, maybe, their opening hand may have been, sculpted around this card. Like, they might say, hey, and we have a Force of Will in response, pitching a Thassa's Oracle.
Ooh.
This is a turn 1.
Yeah.
This is a turn 1.
Yeah.
A protected One Ring with a Force of Will, pitching a Thassa's Oracle. That's going to slow our proactive game plan down a ton.
Yeah.
But luckily, the One Ring is going to draw us a lot of cards.
Yeah.
And, this deck plays plenty of win cons in our Thassa's Oracle.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and the best part about it is you get to the point where you're casting Atraxa, you're going to find all of them.
Yeah. And if we're drawing this many extra cards with the ring, we'll be able to cast our Atraxa.
Absolutely.
We'll get there.
Yeah, no, so great turn 1, yeah, and really sucks that the ring had to resolve on that, yeah, because that's only going to get you
we've got to fix this main event text here. Shout out to Chad for helping us out here. It's still early, we're still drinking our coffee and stuff,
Oh, yeah, I got a Red Bull right next to me.
Not before my coffee, am I right, Chad? Put semifinals. I would just put semifinals. Just get rid of that. Just say semis or semifinals. Because it already says invitational over here. Nice. Perfect. Okay, so our turn 1 here. Appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you.
Turn 1 here from our Kark is a land, a Mana Crypt. So this is this will be our second crypt here into a Krark and a Cataxian Probe, which is one of the best cards. One of the best cards just in a Krark deck.
Absolutely. It's just a cantrip. Yeah, draw cards. Draw a card.
Pay 2 life, draw 2 cards. With Sakashima, it gets a little bit more explosive, but paying 2 life, drawing 2 cards. We're getting a ton of information.
Oh yeah, you get to see everybody's hand. Just go ahead and show them to me.
Yeah, and as Memo mentioned, 2 forces already gone. That is really good to see from Rogsai. You're untapping, you're playing a Mana Crypt. We don't know what the turn 2 will bring, but maybe it's a Rhystic Study.
Yeah.
If I know Zane, this is a Rhystic Study. So Krark with the Git Probe, we're seeing everyone's hand. We're getting so much information, and we're drawing 2 cards off of this. After the Mana Crypt, this is what more could you want from a turn 1 card play?
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah. No, Git Probe is definitely a house in this deck, rather, and a lot of card draws to be had.
Yeah. I will say so. Richie, he's not big on the politics, but Cataxian Probe gives you some leverage. You can say maybe they have this thing, maybe they have that thing. We need to worry about this person. It's very good for being able to deflect.
Yeah.
Being I would definitely worry about what they have.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Being able to leverage that information to your favor is always really good, especially in pots like this.
Simmons Spirit Guide being pitched here for a grinding station.
Interesting.
This is just a grinding station is used as a combo piece with Underworld Breach. All you need is a mana positive rock, there's one in play. Crypt.
Yeah.
So grinding station puts us an Underworld Breach away from being able to win the game.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Only thing we're missing now is mana.
Yeah. What's the trigger here? There's no trigger.
No.
I'm sorry. There's a grinding station trigger. It does. The card is weird. It triggers itself when it enters. I think that may have been a design mistake.
Right. Yeah. I forgot it does that. Yeah.
It's kind of like that. There's that blue artifact. It's like whenever an artifact enters, it gets a counter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Got you.
Just a weird little quirk in the way the Magic cards work.
Yeah, but it's good to you have to go through that just to make sure the game flow is correct.
Yeah.
Are we still maybe? Ooh.
I would be shocked to see Richie. And let's see. That is a massive amount of respect for Zane if he's gonna burn 2 mana, pitch a Spirit Guide to put a grinding station into play to stop Zane's top deck. That would be I think that'd be a bit much. That's kind of like putting all your eggs in one basket. We're looking to stop Zane.
Yeah.
And after that, whatever. I guess maybe that's the play. I think that might be jumping the gun just a little bit.
Yeah. To lose 2 mana to do that does not sound like the best idea. But I don't know. Maybe that's the play.
If you're worried about Zane, okay, so blue farm, so land Esper Sentinel.
Okay.
And that's the turn 1. Okay, so holding up a Force Negation and having an Esper Sentinel in turn 1, from 4th seat, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's, obviously you want your Mystics and your Mystics. Not every game is perfect, but Esper Sentinel on turn 1 is very, very good. It's going to draw some cards.
Absolutely.
And Zane with a Crypt on the stack resolves, does not pay for Esper Sentinel, and would you know it? Here's a Rhystic Study. Here's a Tortilla-ristic Study.
You did call it.
That's what we're looking to do.
Draw some cards, yeah.
And it's resolved, yeah.
Yeah.
Lot to be afraid of in play here. All of our players with a strong start. Traxa losing some life from Mana Crypt, losing some life from the One Ring,
Yep.
and activating the One Ring, putting an additional counter on it, and drawing 2 cards. This is, really, really strong start. Let's see how the turn 2 goes.
Yeah.
Losing Oracle hurts a little. I think it's okay. You know?
I think with the density of win cons that they have, they'll be fine. They just draw more cards, keep drawing. Use your advantage pieces and just get to the next one. Pivot. I think definitely they didn't have anything else to pitch. That was the right play. You tapped out your Grim Monolith for the One Ring. You definitely wanted to stick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pitching my thoughts a little bit for sure.
Yeah. Get rid of this.
Win con later.
Yeah.
This game's probably gonna go long. We're gonna we have meme betrayal. Do we have meme betrayal? If we have meme betrayal, I'm like, okay, this is like that's gonna be a card. We could definitely see this game. They are not playing this card.
No.
Okay.
That's it.
They're not playing it. But I think that will be a card that we're gonna see some of this game. I would expect. These decks just all are explosive, fill their graveyards very quickly. That's a card that I have in the back of my mind in this game if I'm any of these players.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, just wait for the eventual crazy win attempt and then just win on top of that.
And then we're just gonna pay 3 mana and win the game, hopefully.
Yeah. One of my favorite cards, honestly, is Mean Bet. Just for that reason. Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a fun one, and it's fun to see, figuring out all 50 lines that you can do when the graveyards are filled.
Yeah.
Usually they're pretty simple. It's like, okay, let's pay my fast mana, I win.
Yeah.
Soaring from Atraxa, tapping their Mana Crypt. I assume paying for something. Maybe not. I think maybe thinking about it.
Yeah. I know there's the floating mana off the Crypt, so.
They aren't paying for both. Okay, so they pay for the Esper, not for the Rhystic. Okay. Giving our Rock side player an extra card here. And a passing of the turn. So, notably, not paying for the Rhystic, leaving up mana. No black mana. We've got, Savannah drop. This kind of just screams I have interaction.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. There's no black. I'm not looking for anything more progressive. I think I'm looking for something to stop these other players if they try to develop too far. Bring them back to my level and keep playing the draws, honestly. You got the One Ring.
Yeah.
You just literally stop them if they try to get out of range and just keep drawing cards.
Yeah, the One Ring gets explosive really quick.
Yeah.
Okay, Serum Visions.
Yep.
Yeah, Rhystic going to be a little bit of a pain, a little bit of a thorn in the side here for Krark Silas. So Serum Visions tapping or Mana Crypt, maybe paying for both. That one's gonna really hurt. Nope.
Yeah.
No, looks like we're paying for Rhystic Study. Okay. So this is a turn where we're either gonna see a really good Serum Visions or we just paid 2 mana for nothing. One of the risks of Quirk here.
Yeah.
One of the risks. It's you're either going to have a very good. Okay, so this is an odds. This is a back to hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 mana, bounces back to hand, increases storm counter, draws in a card. Not where you want to be.
No, yeah. You're a gambling man if you play Quark for sure. And
Yeah.
that's the risk. You gotta gamble.
Yep, and Spire of Industry, a little bit of a glare here, but we're going to take a damage or pay a life here for Spire to make it blue and cast another Serum Vision. We're going to try it again.
Okay, let's do
Second
it.
time's got to work,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
If this works, guess what? We have 2 Serum Visions.
This is how every cart game goes. It's like, all right, man, I'm just gonna keep doing it until it works.
Yeah. Yeah, in the end, we still got 2 Serum Visions. You know, we paid 4 mana for it, but sometimes you do what you gotta do. Okay.
There we
the
go.
odds have worked in our favor.
Yeah.
We've got a copy of Serum Visions on the stack. We are... It took us a while. It took us 4 mana, but we're going to draw 2 cards and scry a total of 4.
Yeah.
So scry 2, draw a card. Scry 2, draw a card.
Yep.
And, okay, so we're sending both to the bottom. And we're drawing a card. Yeah, second copy on the stack. Has resolved. We're going to draw a card, and we're going to scry 2. Yeah, so a lot of digging.
Yeah.
What are we looking for here?
Answers, interaction. I think, again, I think the board state hasn't really developed too much that you want to try and jam a win, especially when there's already Ristic Study and Esper. I think you're just looking for things to keep people in check.
Yeah.
Very similar game plan to what Andy is doing. The only thing is that you don't necessarily have the leverage. Now, obviously, if you get Breach, that's fun. That's great. But, yeah, I think you're just looking for things to be able to fight on the stack. When eventually Rockside decides to pop off, when eventually James in Blue Farm decides to pop off.
Team of Pirates won Max.
Okay. Awesome.
So we have an announcement here. Teamer Pirates is making it to the finals.
Woo!
And unsure of the name of the player, but yeah, that's awesome to see. Teamer Pirates. Wow. So going back to what we were saying, the Serum Visions did not work here. Scry bottom. Did not find what we were looking for.
No.
From our Blue Farm player here, tapping out and casting a Talisman. Unfortunately, not able to pay for the Ristic. So a bit of a slow start from Blue Farm. And Rockside tapping and didn't catch if they won or lost their mana crypt roll here.
Yeah. No. I really think Blue Farm being in seat 4 against these decks is not necessarily the best.
Oh.
Wait.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
We have a little bit of theory. That was not
no. That's not. There's no green in that whatsoever, dude. That's
way spicier. Malcolm Kedis. Malcolm Kedis has made it to the finals.
Yeah. Who needs creature tutors, dude?
Yeah. I'm sorry, Team of Pirates. You're still spicy. You're still spicy in my heart. But Malcolm Kedis in the finals.
I don't know if that makes me more hyped or less hyped. I was like, whoa.
You're like, wait, what? What is Kedis read? What is this card? That is okay. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. I love it. You gotta make mana, man. Yeah. That's really funny, actually.
Yeah. So that's a quick game. That was a quick game.
Yeah.
We're 30 minutes deep? Okay. So it's, yeah.
Insane.
Yeah.
Right, so it looks like we're on Zane's turn.
Yeah.
Thinking.
Zane is in the tank here. We're tanking, evaluating the board. Is this my turn? Do I go for it here? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe the hand is just gas. A little bit of conversation happening. I will say, interestingly enough, this is a weekend where a lot of the known political players, a lot of the players that are known for their very good table talk and stuff, they did not make it into the semis here.
No, yeah. I think a lot of that had to do with one, it's just competitive. A lot of times they were playing against each other. We saw a lot of a lot of storied players be paired up very early on. So yeah.
Yeah, and not many intentional draws.
No,
not too many. There was a lot. I mean, you had Ian and Max both playing in their winning ends. Unfortunately, they both did not win their winning ends and ended up in 17th. I think Ian ended up making it to 18th, 19th place. So close, did not quite get there. And Zane here on Rockside calling the weak, sacrificing Rograk, putting a demonic tutor on the stack. We're gonna be. I think we're gonna be high alert here.
Oh yeah, I'm scared. If I'm
I'm a little concerned, but looking at this board says to me, okay, Blue Farm has interaction, right?
Yeah.
Atraxa has interaction.
Mm-hmm.
So we know what's going on. We know we're probably playing into at least 2 counter spells.
Mm-hmm.
So, assumedly, some heads up play here. Maybe just leaving up mana, even just to feign interaction.
That's true.
But I If I was a betting man, I would say that these two players have interaction.
Yeah, I would say that was what I was digging for the whole time. Yeah, for this moment specifically.
And Yaksha asking if we have any mats online available, or the only sold at the event. Unfortunately, this all sold out on day one. This all sold out on Friday.
So gone. Long
So
gone.
yeah. Sad news. Gold Sabretooth really killing it. But I will say, if you go check out Gold Sabretooth, his work, he's. I don't know if he has playmats available, but he's got all kinds of really, really awesome stuff like this.
Yeah. Really cool, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really cool. Beseech the Mirror is what we cast with the rest of the mana.
Yeah.
Sacrificing the mana crypt for the bargain cost.
Yeah. If this resolves, does this? Okay, so a little curious. Can we pull this card up?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So Beseech the Mirror is a newer card. It looks like Dockside Extortionist is the pick here. Give us just a moment here. Okay, so Beseech the Mirror. If the spell was bargain, you may cast the exile spell without paying its mana cost. So you put Beseech the Mirror on the stack, and if it resolves, you cast the spell that you found.
Yeah.
So it does put 2 spells on the stack, and you are able to interact with the second piece. It looks like Dockside is the pick. I was thinking maybe Necropotence. Is that? It's not Necropotence. It's Dockside. So we're getting some mana.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Makes sense. Maybe you want more mana to fight in case they had any interaction. But granted, though, I feel like they would do that on the tutor.
Oh, something big is coming. Three colors treasures cracked immediately.
Yeah.
Predator's
Predator's
Grasp targeting James on Blue Farm. What do you think this is?
Let's see. They on Blue Farm? Probably Thoracle, right?
Thoracle. You think it's Thoracle?
I think so. I if I was a betting man, I would say
Okay.
that Tainted Pact or Demonic Consultation is already in hand.
Okay. Just going for a face up. I was thinking Underworld Breach.
Underworld Breach is a card too. You have filled your graveyard with tutors. You've got, the mana to kind of go off. I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that too.
And a heads up play here from James, putting a Flusterstorm on the stack, targeting this Predator's Grasp. Zane's able to pay for this.
Yeah.
I believe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If he is able to pay for it, it's basically locking him out of some mana. If he does pay for it, it's likely going to get rid of all of his treasures and hinder his mana development.
Yeah.
And probably end his turn. So he's not going to pay for Flusterstorm.
No.
Although a Flusterstorm in response would be a very clean answer here, or no. Yeah. Okay. So Flusterstorm is the only answer that Zane really needs here to protect it. Risky Study trigger here on the Fluster.
Yep.
Good catch. A little bit of tanking. I don't know if this Predator's Grasp is
Worth fighting over.
I don't think we fight over Fluster. I don't think you're sacking all your treasures to over Fluster. If
No.
you're even able to. I haven't done the exact math, but it looks like maybe not.
Yeah. No.
Okay. Flusterstorm has resolved. Predator's Grasp. Wherever it is. Is it in the graveyard? It should be in the graveyard.
Yeah, I believe it's in the grave.
Okay. And
Looks like we are passing.
yeah.
Yeah.
So things start looking a little dicey here. If we're passing. The One Ring is going to be tapping for 3. Things start looking dicey. You're gonna have trouble interacting with a player that's drawing at least 4 cards a turn.
Yeah.
An untap of the Grim Monolith. Did they pay for the Grim Monolith?
Using Mana Crypt, or Soul Ring rather.
They paid for it.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
Yep.
So is this the Atraxa turn? I wonder. An activation of the One Ring here, and I'd be very afraid. So with Atraxa, you're not worried about them playing Dockside. Obviously, they're not playing red.
No.
What you're worried about is them playing clones.
I was just about to say, I'm like, but we can just clone it. And then,
Dockside sitting in play is scary. This is not where you want to be a lot of times, because everybody's playing clones, and they're playing them because Dockside exists.
Yeah. And known Atraxa players are not just playing clones, they're also playing blinkers. So my clone can be way more than yours. Can make a ton of treasures if there's a Dockside on the board, and really just make use of it. And if I'm not mistaken, Andy is running the new Flesh Duplicate as well in his list, which has been seeing a lot of play this weekend. I've seen this card everywhere.
Yeah, me too. Flesh Duplicator here is
Here, I can pull it up
we're
for
gonna
us.
pull this card up. Flesh Duplicate.
Yep.
So this is a 2-mana clone. You don't see too many of these. This one has Vanishing 3, which in cedh a lot of times doesn't really matter. Most of the time you're cloning at Dockside. Great new pickup for a lot of decks. Mostly Kennen. I think this is a good pickup for Kennen.
Yep. Yeah. Big thing is the fact that unlike Fimage, which is for the same mana cost, you can actually target this. So you can bounce
Correct.
it, you can flick it, you can do whatever you want with it while it's there for those 3 turns. So
You just have to be able to cast it.
Yeah.
Because this costs double blue.
yeah, the double blue clips is weird. Yeah. And so we got a Chrome Mox here.
Yeah. I'll play with the card and player 2's graveyard. Force of Will or Windswept Heath.
Yeah, yeah, some of those lands.
Yeah. Or are we talking about? Oh, I guess if we're going off of the life, it's Serum Visions.
Yeah.
Chrome Mox. Okay.
Oh, pitch.
Pitching
Imprinting.
Lotho?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Chrome Mox taps for black and white. Here comes Atraxa. I kind of had a feeling this is the turn we were going to see Atraxa.
yeah. We just saw that interaction come out. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, I'm getting these cards in hand, dude.
Yeah. I'm tapping Grim Monolith. Yeah. Okay. And in response, we have a Pyroblast. By the way, your 7-mana commander can be hit by Pyroblast.
Oh, I was playing Atraxa last
Yeah.
night, and when I tell you that hurt so bad,
It hurts so bad.
dude, casting, tapping out, and I was like, oh well,
Yeah.
all right.
You think your Tivit getting countered with Pyroblast is bad? Try playing a 7-mana
I'm
spell.
saying.
Yep. And Pyroblast instantly has resolved. I don't know. Do you fight over that if you have the interaction?
Absolutely not. No.
No,
You know,
I
you
don't
I
think
don't
so
even
either.
think you have the wherewithal to do it at that point. Yeah, I think you just let it go, and you're playing food chain, so I mean, if you are able to just assemble the combo from your draw pieces, which he has, then you will get Atraxa out.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Just not hard casting it.
free interaction is going to be precious in this pod. It's going to be very, very important.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're not going to put it on a Pyroblast. I think the concern right now, because no player really appears to be going for any kind of win, but Zane is.
Yeah.
So I would be worried about him a little bit right now. And fully tapping out for an Atraxa is risky.
Super risky.
Burning free counter magic on a fight over Atraxa is even more risky.
Yeah, because it's not guaranteed that you're gonna get it back off that ETB.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely agree.
So Kirk with a untap has the mana crypt trigger resolved.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Be some player talk here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it appears it has. He must have won his roll because he's at 35.
Yeah.
Forbidden Orchard in play. Doesn't matter too much in this pod. The only concern is like calling the weaker diabolic intent. You don't have to worry about like cradles or anything like that. I don't want to breach on the stack. We're just going for it. Look, we got the gray station in play. We're just like, you just tapped out.
Yeah.
You're tapped out, and
You have treasures trying to protect a win.
yeah. Here's another world breach. Like, make them have it.
Yeah. Oh Lord. Yeah. Exactly. Oof.
So, has this resolved?
No. No way.
He's having his grinding station. Attack the mana crypt.
Yeah.
Okay. By the way, so this
Yeah. Loop
if
it.
you can go up a mana each time and pay for the Ristic.
Well, it's cards, so have it. Maybe. It's funny. Yeah.
Yeah. So mana crypt can put you up a mana each time you get through the loop. How this loop works with Underworld Breach, grinding station to mana crypt, or any mana positive rock, is you cast it from the graveyard. You cast your artifactors, your mana rock from the graveyard, right? With Breach, you escape 3 cards. It enters. It triggers grinding station. Grinding station untaps. You can then tap your mana rock for mana, sacrifice it to grinding station, put it in the graveyard, and mill 3 cards, and repeat this loop.
Yep.
This is the loop. You mill 3 cards. It puts you up a mana each time. Mox Amber being put in the grave here. And this, if you loop it with Mana Crypt, you're able to pay for the Ristic every single time too, and go up a mana.
Yep.
A colorless. Eventually, you can start doing like Mox Amber and start making your red mana if you need it. You'll hit your Lotus Petals, you hit your colors. Once you have that little bit of extra colors to pay for Ristic if you're worried about Ristic. So, some interaction, some free interaction that you can be concerned about here. is like Mind Break Trap, but immediately going for the Underworld Breach plays around that. Breach also you play around like Mental Misstep. This plays through those. This is like, I mean, this Breach being in play already and going through this loop, this is gonna be hard to beat.
Yeah.
And just going for it there says to me, maybe he has more interaction. Maybe he has protection.
Yeah, something in hand. Yeah, that's really good.
This is this is a good place to be. Right. You play your grinding station on turn 1, and just sit on it, and people kind of forget about it.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, we're just a breach away from losing the game, by the way.
Yeah. I think,
Okay.
there's definitely something to be said about the fact that, Atraxis tapped out and probably was worried more so about Zane with the interaction. James on a similar feel. Yeah. Richard just really being able to kind of win under everybody, or attempt this under everybody, rather, is really good.
Yeah, flicking of the cards. Like, am I good? Am I good to just go for this? Zane looking at his hand. Do you have anything? Is anything happening?
Yeah,
Or just...
that was the look that I saw. Hey,
Yeah.
are you gonna do something?
Yeah, was Scoop hit phase here for the Krark win? Is this a... I'm not jumping the gun. I'm not calling this a win. I'm not calling this a win. I'm saying that we're in a very good position. This is going to be very hard to get through.
Yeah.
This may be the end of the game here. But there are cards that answer this. Endurance on the stack from Atraxa. Unsure if they're actually on that card. Is it an answer?
Yeah, let's check.
A Mind Break Trap. If Krark's not able to protect this win,
They are in endurance.
they are Endurance.
Yeah.
Endurance is an answer to this. You can shuffle away the 0 mana rocks, and hopefully they don't have anything for it.
Yep.
Uh,
Could also besage you.
or Beseiju.
Yeah.
Are they on Elvis Spirit Guide? No. Okay, so they're on Elvis Spirit Guide Beseiju, which is a cute little. Right, I'm tapped out.
Yeah.
I'm pretending to be tapped out, but also I just have the answer here.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah.
It's like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, I've got nothing. It's like,
Yep. When they start doing breeze loops with wheels and cannon, it's just something you can be like, maybe I'll hit that.
yeah.
You'll hit the Spirit Guide eventually. You'll hit the Beseiju eventually.
Oh, but it's endurance.
Is this Endurance?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Evoking
Yeah,
a
just
bird's
as-
paradise. That's really funny.
Yeah. You wait for the free mana to go in the graveyard.
There goes the
Pact the
pact.
Negation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Pact here on the stack, protecting this. This is going to actually open the window for other players to be able to interact with all of this.
Yeah.
Now Mind Break Trap is open. We can Mind Break Trap this. We can, you hit the Krark triggers, you hit the Pact, and this also opens up things like, I guess, so Fierce Guardianship was already there.
Yeah.
This does turn on Mind Break Trap on the Pact and Negation. But Pact is a really, really good answer here because even a lot of counter magic can really be painful with Krark if you're tapping mana for it. But like forces, right? Your force gets bounced back to your hand. Maybe you don't have blue cards.
Yeah.
But Pact and Negation, you can just keep recasting it. It's like Fierce Guardianship.
It's for the
Eventually,
free
you will have
skis,
2
yeah.
copies of Pact and Negation on the stack. Now,
Yeah.
you're not. You better win here.
Yeah. No,
But you can have a lot of copies of Pact and Negation on the stack.
essentially Final Fortune on the counterspell, but it's
Yeah.
for the free skis, and so you can do whatever you want with the pact on the Krark.
Yeah, and so there's a Ristic trigger. It looks like on the Endurance. Good catch from Zane here. Yeah, Krark is doing rock size stuff. I mean, if Grixis stuff is rock size stuff, then yeah, I guess so. this is Grixis with a little bit of spice. It's a little. You're still playing good cards.
Yeah.
This is a very efficient list. Richie's a very good deck builder. This is Grixis with some spice.
Yeah, Grixis flips is what
Yeah.
the deck is on. You just target both packs on the same spell.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah. One Pact Negation will resolve. Well, yeah. My point was that you can just keep recasting it because if it gets bounced, who cares? You can just keep do it again.
Just do it again and again and again and again.
Yeah. So there's some tanking here happening. Well, we'll see what the players are talking about here.
Looks like no, I don't have anything.
Endurance might not be the answer we needed, but we'll see. Yeah, doubling counter spells, good. Okay, we're thinking. Zane, it's like, okay, yeah. Does Pact happen? Yeah, a little bit of conversation going on here. And unsure what we're talking about here, but try to get a lot going on here.
Yeah.
Let's get back to our
Just
board.
Some good old table talk. Force of Negation
Force of
has hit
negation.
the board.
Targeting Pact of Negation. Okay.
Yeah, someone saying they saw a Pact
Yeah.
of Negation in Zane hand. Yeah.
Okay. Heuristic Study Trigger. Zane says, I need the cards. Also,
Yeah.
you tapped out anyways. You can't pay for it.
Yeah.
But Roxai has a very large density of free interaction. They actually are missing. He's actually missing some because Rog's not in play.
Yeah.
So you're missing out on your deflecting swats and your fierces.
Yeah, that whole
Yeah.
cycle of cards is kind of shut out right now.
Unfortunately, but still 4 mana available. Heuristic in play. We're drawing some extra cards, and hopefully, if we're casting Pact of Negation here, like you better be winning in response to the trigger, or because if Zane has Pact, he has to pay all of his treasures and tap his 1 land.
Yeah, it sets him back so far. Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, Atraxa here, definitely trying to save the day. A Force of Negation and an Endurance. Pact of Negation has been exiled.
Yep.
Okay, so Force of Negation will work.
That means Endurance. Here is back in the sack.
There's another Pact of Negation. Okay, so with Pact on the stack, there should have been 2 packs targeting the Endurance. Force of Negation counters 1. Zane has a Pact of Negation targeting 1. Okay, yeah, because we're not trying to lose the game here.
Yeah.
Paying for a Pact and upkeep is painful, but not you can maybe what, have a Dark Ritual.
Yeah.
To pay for Pact, and maybe that's not so bad.
Yeah, that is something that Roxai is known to do. You have
Yeah.
you run so many rituals, you run so many free spells, spells that only cost 1 and give you, things to move up on. I think
Yeah.
that's possible, but definitely
Yeah.
not the best position to be in on that.
The Heuristic triggers have resolved. The Endurance has resolved, putting the graveyard on the bottom, and we are milling 3 cards that we had on the stack. By the way, Underworld Breach is still in play.
Yep.
Grinding Station still in play.
Yep.
We have any mana rocks in our hand. We can keep this loop going.
Yeah.
Right.
Still go. So we just
Yeah.
put Adnaz and Mystical Remora.
Yeah, and as a Mystic Remora. So if we're able to put another card in the graveyard, you can still just cast your Mystic Remora. If you can't win the game here, you can still just play your Remora and be perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Okay, Wishful Talisman.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, that's going to draw Zane a card.
Yeah.
That is also going to trigger a Grinding Station, and then we're gonna, maybe we're gonna keep going.
Yeah.
Right, Grinding Station's gonna untap. We still need a mana, but we can sacrifice our Wishclaw Talisman. Is there enough mana to play Wishclaw? They had mana floating.
Yeah.
floating.
Yeah.
So they can cast Wishclaw. They can use the mana and activate Wishclaw.
Yep.
And go tutor for I don't know, another piece of fast mana, right?
Yeah.
Let's see Lotus Petal. Let's see what else? Soul Ring, if you can afford to pay it. Don't think so.
Yeah.
Just another piece of mana to start filling your grave. Breach is still in play. You're still able to do a lot.
Yeah, the line is still there somehow, and you just really have to go through with it. Honestly, we've already burnt through some more interaction from other people. I would just send it.
Yeah, Zane can only have so much interaction. But
Yeah.
he has 4 mana. He still has Pact Trigger, which is gonna hurt a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Mana Crypt, LOL. Get back to it.
Get back to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only concern there, you can just grab Mana Crypt. Mana Crypt's back in the deck. That's right. It's not even in the graveyard. Just go to the crypt. Yeah, that's the easy line. Yeah. Appreciate you, Chad. Appreciate you. I'm over here thinking about stuff like Mana Crypt is gone. Yeah, it's in the deck.
No,
Just go get it. By the way, we can still keep going. We can still keep paying for the Heuristic. Mill 1, Mill 2.
Oh, okay.
No fast mana.
Yeah.
Mill 3. Okay. Also not fast mana.
Okay, so
But
they opted to crack the Wish Claw.
They
on
they sacrificed the Wish
yeah,
Claw to the
on
grinding station.
Yeah, that's
Maybe they paid for Ristic. I'm a little curious what's happening here. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, apologies, chat. I realized what happened. Activate Wish Claw Talisman. Response to the activated ability. Sacrifice the grinding station.
Yeah, okay, big brain. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, apologies, chat. Richie's better at Magic than me. He knows what's going on. He gets it. Yeah, he's played this deck 1 or 2 times. He knows what's going on.
What? Oh,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
No.
okay, yeah.
That's kind of fire.
I'm going to tutor. By the way, I'm also going to mill 3 because that's how Magic works.
Yeah.
Very smart play. Very heads up play from Richie. Yeah, clearly not. I am not the expert on this deck.
Yeah. That's really funny. Yeah, here, have a Wish Claw. Psych.
Yeah. Obviously. Yeah, great play. So we're gonna go grab our Mana Crypt, assumedly. Zane's going to draw 1 more card, and we're. It doesn't matter if he counters the Mana Crypt, right? Unless he exiles it.
No.
You can go grab it.
Yeah.
You can counter it, whatever. I'll put it in my graveyard.
It's fine. Yeah, and
let's
then I'll
keep it.
recast it. Yeah.
And then we're back where we started.
Yeah, you already have 6 cards in the grave, so you can at least, get it out at least 2 times before then. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see. They say like, okay, Underworld Breach isn't that good. You can just play Endurance.
Yeah.
Right. You can just counter it. Right.
Yeah.
We've seen 2 Force Negations. I'm sorry, we've seen a Force Negation, a Pact of Negation, and an Endurance all in the same turn.
Yeah.
And Richie's still going off.
Yeah.
He's
Preach
powering
scoop.
through all
yeah.
of it.
Yeah, preach scoop. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
all gone. That's a lot of interaction that's been played through so
Yeah,
far.
very unfortunate to see the ROG not in play. It is shutting off a lot of the free interaction, as we mentioned earlier. But Zane still has 4 mana, right? Any interaction that we draw, like Swan Songs, things like that, could help. But I don't know how much it helps here.
Yeah.
Now we're entering dangerous territory. Right? We've burned through a lot of interaction.
Nope.
Richie still going strong. Hal on Blue Farm, if he has something, he is the master of sandbaggers.
Holding.
Pass. And the Atraxis player's like, I'll save us. I can only save us so much.
Yeah.
Yep.
That would be insane. Stranger things have happened in this Invitational, and we've seen Dispels go after Mind Break Traps and Fluster Storms and everything have resolved. It's been insane this whole weekend.
Yeah, we've even seen Mox Diamonds cast to pay for Extort on Blind Obedience.
That's really
and
funny.
then discarded.
That's really funny.
We've seen Godo shut off multiple turns by Wondering. We've seen some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
We're going to put out these VODs, and they're going to be great.
Yeah.
This has been an amazing weekend for Magic, for cedh. It's been awesome.
Yeah.
Tons of really crazy games. Mana Crypt, yep, we're presenting our loop. Yeah, Richie said, I don't want to win this, by the way. I just want to, he's like, I don't want to play all these finals. I don't want to play like 10 rounds of Magic in the finals. Richie's going to get there. You know, I've been telling him. He's like, nah, I don't want to play finals. I'm like, dude, you got this.
That's too funny. Yeah, so we're choosing our exile here.
Yeah, pitching our Mystic Remora, pitching our Light Up the Stage. Okay, yeah, Light Up the Stage is a cool one for this deck. Recasting our Mana Crypt, paying for Ristic. We're presenting a loop.
Yep. It's
taking a second here. Sometimes you have to exile cards you care about, but this is how the loop goes, right?
There's the Oracle.
And Thoughts Oracle.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're just catching up here, Underworld Breaching Grinding Station and a piece of mana positive rock is a 3-card combo that lets you loop through your library, pick out the cards you want. Mana Crypt puts you up mana, and allows Richie to pay for Ristic. You're basically turning through your library 3 cards at a time while adding mana, and eventually you're like kind of sort of monitoring your library. The way it normally ends is you use something like LED, make some mana. You can also just like get a huge burst by, there it goes. You can get a huge burst by casting your Brain Freeze and just milling over like your entire library. Thus Oracle from the graveyard to finish it off. Alternatively, Brain Freezing your opponents. It is really cool that the Mana Crypt lets you play through the Ristic.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
the most important part of this whole line.
Is being able to pay
It's
that
just
one over and over and over.
paying-
That's really
yeah.
good.
Paying
Yeah.
the one and going up mana still.
Yeah. Otherwise, that would be a real problem.
Yeah.
To just draw more cards into Zane's hand, but otherwise, yeah, it's been free eats.
Yeah.
So it's really good.
Yep. Chain of Vapor is out.
Yep.
Maybe not. Maybe not. We gotta think here.
Yeah.
There's yeah. Sometimes you're like, I don't want to get rid of this card, but you gotta.
Yeah.
Yep. There's
Yeah.
Fierce Guardianship.
Gotta go for it if you have it.
Yeah. He's like, I'm presenting the loop. I'm going to keep doing this. They're going to make him go through the loop.
Oh,
That's,
100%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're not just going to say you have it, okay, because, mistakes happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes maybe there's some sort of edge case they're able to power through or, but it would take a miracle at this point for them to be able to stop what he's got.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, you always want to make sure that they play through their lines because you never know. A mistake could cost the entire game, and I've seen it happen multiple times. People get to the end and they get to the wire and they have it in their hands and it doesn't work out. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and Richie, playing very methodically. We, we're picking these very specific cards. We're not losing anything that might actually matter here.
Yeah.
Just making sure he plays through his line properly, and Brain Freeze as a reveal, very, very good. Would like to have a piece of colored mana. Maybe we have a Mox Diamond in graveyard, though they would need a land in hand.
Yeah.
We haven't seen a Lotus Petal or an LED yet. But obviously, able to pay for the Ristic through that with 7 colorless mana available. Mox Opal is being exiled. Okay, so we're not worried about. There's only one artifact. They can be in the Mana Crypt. Okay, so pitching Mox Opal, they're not worried about Brain Freeze. They're doing this Springleaf Drum.
There you go.
There it is. Okay, I was curious if they were gonna do Brain Freeze. Brain Freeze makes this a lot faster, a lot simpler. Yeah. And also you can copy it with Kirk. Fun.
Nice.
You only get one extra copy though. Never mind. That's not as fun.
Yeah.
That's not how this card works.
No. If it didn't read Storm, no.
Yeah, that's not how Storm works. Man,
Yeah.
Fluster Storm with Kark would be crazy.
Oh god.
Grave Shot. Shout out to Bowie90, a new follower. Happy to have you joining us here today.
Absolutely, thank you.
It's starting to look like we might have a Kark Silas here in our finals. Next to a Malcolm Kedis.
Malcolm Kedis is crazy, dude.
When you were picking decks for the finals, did you have Kark Silas
No,
or Malcolm Kedis
no,
in the top?
No.
Was that the expectation? It was not?
No, that was never the expectation. But I think that's one of the things I did expect something crazy like that to happen. I think,
yeah,
because one thing that I have noticed just from this entire season, right, has been people have been coming with these decks that people are like, oh, I've never seen this before. This is not seen any tops. What are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. But the pilots are amazing.
Yeah.
And they brew awesome decks and they know what they're doing.
Yes.
And so then we see, things like Kark Silas, things like Malcolm Geddes in the finals, and people are astounded because these pilots are just that good. They know what they're doing with these piles. So while I didn't expect those two specifically, I definitely expected something insane.
Something off the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It takes a lot of confidence in your brewing abilities and your deck building to be able to take something a little off the wall, register it in the most competitive cedh format I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And then do well with it and make it to the finals.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot. I cannot give enough praise for bringing something awesome like this to the tournament and doing well with it. So LED here is we're able to pay for the next 6 Ristics if we want to. We're going to go through. So LED, right, it's going to give us some blue mana. We're going to pitch our hand. That's going to let us cast Brain Freeze.
Yep.
That's the easy way. Are you worried about someone making you draw a card? That's the only real concern.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think we're gonna, maybe Zane has something and he's trying to find some way to possibly squeak a win out of this, but if Richie plays it right, and I think he will. I think this might just do it here.
Mock Salvage could kill the man over. Absolutely, yeah. That would be a way to eliminate a player for sure.
So here's our brain freeze. Okay, this is gonna simplify things. Instead of pitching, we're not milling 3 at a time. Brain freeze for what's the storm count? Have you been keeping track?
No. It was way too much. I was like, I guess we're just gonna grind this station out. Now that storm really matters. A lot.
Yeah. Richie says, "Is this good enough?" No one's casting Trick Bind here. We're milling our library, and Thassa's Oracle is gonna be our easy win. That's our hey, by the way, this is my entire library. Storm count, whatever. I'm gonna mill myself out. I have no cards in the library. I have access to everything. I have 3 blue mana available and 4 colorless. I have every piece of free counter magic in my deck, and a Krark in play to copy them. And that should hopefully be enough.
Yeah. Yeah. Brain freeze was a good hit with the LED. Just being able to make this go a lot faster.
Oh yeah. We were just digging for it. Going up mana each time and looking for our LED, looking for our Lotus Petal, whatever, to start making colored mana, and just paying for the Rhystics with our extra colorless.
Yeah.
Rhystic is the only thing you would really have to worry about, I think.
Yeah.
Here. That's, sometimes you just play a little bit under the radar, right? Players start going for wins. Players start casting their huge 8-mana spells, and you're like, hey, by the way, I've had this grinding station in play all game. You just kind of forgot about it. Well, it's here. And by the way, I have a mana crypt too, and I'm only 1 card away from winning the game. Well, here it is. Guess what? I didn't cast a tutor. I just cast a Serum Visions. It let me take 6 cards deep, and that got me to Underworld Breach.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey, check this out. Look at this. What does this do?
Yeah. I know what I'm looking for. I know. Yeah. We're here to win the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not sitting back. I'm not sitting back on Krark value. I'm just going to win the game.
No, yeah. Especially while everybody else was tapped out, too. There's been absolutely no, way that they could even handle a lot of those spell densities that Richards has been putting up on the stack anyways. And Atraxa is tapped out, as we saw before. And Blue Form has not been able to present anything since they used their interaction early. The Flush Storm and the packs. So,
yeah,
it was a perfect time.
Really showing the power of Krark. They had double interaction.
Yep.
Triple interaction.
Yep.
But being able to cast Pact Negation, copy it, right? It's a lot harder to interact with 2 free pieces of counter magic on the stack for 1 card.
Yeah.
Pact Negation, this is 2 Pact Negations. You have to stop both of them. It's very powerful. So Krark here, this is not, your typical Grixis list. It plays a lot of the good Grixis staples, but this is not your typical Grixis list.
No. Definitely more geared towards utilizing Krark's value, which a lot of people, that's a weird thing to say. A lot of people do think Krark does not have a value to it because it's like, oh, you're just flipping for to do what I would do without having to do that. More steps, but no, the copying of spells and being able to use free interaction like that is so good.
Yeah, and it's okay. So we're milling some cards here. LED, going to the grave. A little bit of a pause here. We'll find out what's happening. There's some conversation happening. Yeah. House says, are we dead? Dead. House says, no. They're having a good time.
Yeah.
They're having a good time.
That's good. That's always good to see.
Yeah.
Sometimes these things can get really intense, but yeah, they're all having a laugh. That's really good.
Yeah. He's just showing us on his oracle. He's like, if I had this and you had this, then we wouldn't have lost the game. By the way, look what I had.
Oh, that's so funny.
And Thassa's Oracle here in play. And I think,
Crack.
we're flipping our libraries over. I think this is it. We got Richie here on Krark Silas. Big Richie going to the finals, making it to our top 4.
Yeah, no. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Clark Silence and Malcolm
Yeah, really
Pettis,
incredible.
dude.
There's the handshake. That's
Yeah.
the game. Yeah, congrats to Big Richie. We're going to be fighting for a good chunk of money. And, man,
Yeah.
awesome semifinals.
No, it was awesome. I enjoyed it a lot. I think that had a lot of interaction, had a lot of places where I thought other people could take it. And then Richie, like you said, played under the radar, put the early grinding station very unassuming at first, and then was able to just assemble the pieces one by one.
Yeah. Turn 3, third seed, just goes for it. Atraxa's just tapped out. I'm thinking it's good. It's a good spot for Roxai. Well, you know what? It's a good spot for Clark to just have their own breach.
Yeah. Look at that. Does that win the game? Yeah.
Yeah, Demonic Tutor, who needs that? I have Serum Visions, and I'm just going to roll Underworld Breach right into play. Here it is.
That's crazy.
All right.
All right, yeah.
Congrats to Richie. We'll have some updates for you here with our finals as we find out who our top 4 is. We still got some semis game going. Sound like do we have an update?
Y'all don't want me to move another table of coverage, right? Because they're like
deep. Oh, okay.
you
It sounds
can
like
take
one of
it
our semifinals is deep. We're gonna take a quick break here.
Yeah.
We may come back to you with another semifinals game. We'll see how they're going.
Yeah.
We don't want to disrupt their game with some with picking up and moving, but
Yeah.
we will be back either with another game or we will be back here with the finals. We'll have some updates as we find out more about the semifinals.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned, and we will be right back.